after being head of marketing for 10 years, I one day got told off by a journalist. He said to me, "You're overselling Singapore. You're losing all your historic areas. Your Raffles Hotel is run down." Today it's still run down. But anyway, your Raffles Hotel is run down. What are you doing to save your city, your heritage? So at that time, it was a no-no. We would be snapped on the hand to talk about conservation of our heritage areas. So PATA, which is the Pacific Area Travel Association, had a conference to Kathmandu about heritage. So I wrote an official paper to seek approval from Mr. Tan Ai Tong so that I could go to this conference. And he rejected it because our mandate was to promote Singapore. So being smart or not smart, I'm not sure. I found out later in government, if you don't do, you suffer more than if you do, okay? So what I did was I took leave and I paid my own fee and I went. And he found out about it before I went. So he called me in, being a good Chinese fatherly type, and he said, "No, you should not do that. Once it's not approved, you should not go on your own, even if you're paying yourself and going on your own leave." So I said, "Oh, okay, I made a mistake, I'm sorry." But I didn't say I would not go. Then what happened was, I think I need my water. Then what happened was that he then, a few weeks later, what he did a few weeks later was, he then called me in one day and he said, "Since you're going to this conference, why don't you ask them to do a study of Chinatown?" It was his way of showing me that he was a fatherly figure, but that he was also covering me and a reasonable figure. Anyway, PATA did do the study, which was one of the first studies, and URA was dragged in. I think Teng Chai was around at that time. URA was dragged in to participate, and of course they never came out and said that they wanted to conserve Chinatown and all these areas. But you know what? When we were starting to do the work, URA pulled out all the drawings. They had all the plans, all the drawings, all the wish lists hidden underneath the cabinet. So it wasn't as if they didn't want to do it. They were just waiting for the right time. Anyway, this led to the eventual 1 billion plan. And the 1 billion plan came about because we had too many hotels. Singapore was overbuilt in every area. And so this was a new area that we could introduce new developments. And this plan, which was $1 billion worth of government money, led to the conservation of Raffles Hotel. Unfortunate, Delphi Hotel was gone already. But it led to the conservation of Bugis Street, all the historic areas. And I remember when we were talking about Arab Street, I said, "No, don't call it Arab Street because there's only one street. Let's call it Kampong Glam so we can save the whole area." So these are the little things that we did that made a difference. I think, and then I was invited to be on the board of URA, National Heritage Board, and of course that was happiness to me because this is the opportunity for tourism to get a piece of the pie.